Welcome back, everybody. Still not immortal. It's Olympus League. I'm Halfling, joined by Fel. We got a fun series tonight. Apologies for a little bit of delays, as well, let's call them some difficulties have been foretold. I don't know if we'll let people figure out what's going on with this game. There's definitely some fun things happening down on this Friday night. How's it going?
Oh, not bad. Yeah, these two middle of the roads, and both of them, we're 2-1, 1-2. So we'll see what ends up going on. Conduit's been having a lot of issues lately. The past 2 weeks, they've just been like, it seems like they're just circling the drain. So it's time for them, to, get themselves back together and pick themselves up. While Elegy Crusaders, they're on a decent path. 2-1 right now, sitting in the middle of the pack, ready to hopefully maybe they smell some blood in the water and they're just ready to take this on. So hopefully we get an aggressive outcome, at least especially in game one. I'd like to see some aggression coming out of LG and just put their foot down and just go at it. Where Conduit, if they find themselves this week, it'll make all better for the story. So how you doing tonight, Halfling?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a fun warm day here up north, but just been kind of reeling from the Cloud9 and kind of just general NA doomerism that was happening over at the pity tournament happening at the LCK with FlyQuest and C9. But I kind of looking at these teams too. I think a big thing, if you want to be super realistic and cynical about it, Conduit really just needs to pick up a game. If they could just pick up one of the matches tonight, bring us to 3 games, they're going to be pretty happy regardless of, oh, if we win or lose. That game differential is going to genuinely matter when you're in a group that's this top heavy. As long as you're able to kind of squeak on by, you are going to be able to have a chance to qualify. It's definitely not, you definitely want to win. I'm not going to say they don't want to win here, but it'll be fun to see. I think we've got some interesting matchups coming at us, because I've been told that there's interesting matchups for the draft. If that's begun, I'm not quite sure if the players are ready to get in the game. I know I'm ready.
Yeah, and like you said, like just get a win or whatever. But it's the age-old adage for like basically all professional sports, as well as just get in the playoffs, right? And like once you're in the playoffs, that anything can happen. You never know that the next patch or two between now and then might change the meta to something that really helps out your top laner, or maybe like makes your support, like if they go back to enchanter supports being more OP than the tanks and engages, like maybe something that just kind of suits your playstyle a little bit better, and there you go. Then it's fixed. All you need is a little bit of momentum coming into that. So yeah, I definitely agree that Conduit trying to get a win is obviously paramount for them, but just a game it could be important with the extended playoffs, and that's all you really want to do.
Now, also, last little bit of announcements. Lock is disabled. Everyone's seen the post here in the league information. That champion's broken, man. I swear to God, that is such a big noob crushing champion, and we totally needed another like one auto attack confusing on how you die assassin in League of Legends. But he's here to stay, and you'll see him in a couple weeks, at least for 100% for playoffs. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the teams definitely have to kind of deal with what he's going to be doing in your solo queue specifically. So, yeah, we are going to be getting into draft here very shortly. Been informed that they're ready to start up into it. Let's go. Oh, that's abrupt.
As we get into this, we're going to see we got LG on the blue side and Conduit on the red side. And we're getting into these bans here. I'm assuming that still we're probably going to see more of the personal bans or the one trick bans, as opposed to like meta bans and stuff like that. We are in Diamond where we will see a little bit of the meta being more pronounced than other leagues, but so the one tricks are still a problem, as we're going to see the Cinder and the Ivern banned out from Crusaders, and then Genesis, the Malzahar and Shaco.
Yeah, it's definitely two sides of league philosophy getting banned here for sure. I mean, Cinder is a champion that I feel has been kind of on the come up with some nerfs to her counters and her kind of better versions of herself now with some extra buffs. Fiora definitely a little bit out there. more targeted personally, but the Quinn, the Malzahar, the Shaco, you mentioned it's personal bans. Yeah, they definitely don't want to see anything just annoying and not fun to play against. I think that's always a fun and interactive way my lawyers have advised me to say in terms of playing against some of these other champions. But Ornn coming out first.
Yeah, and just say pick super tanky, even if he does get sort of countered, i.e. the Mordekaiser, like he's still going to be useful late game, you know, and Mordekaiser's going to have to make a decision. Am I going to pull the Ornn into Brazil? Am I going to have to, you know, maybe pull the jungle if it's around objectives and stuff like that? So I enjoy this ban. It kind of forces, you know, Genesis to kind of switch up probably what they were going to do. You know, you first pick your top laner, and then all of a sudden now you have Mordekaiser is picked first, so you get the R1 going to your top lane. Normally you're going to save that for the top or the mid, but I guess now it's more than likely going to be mid unless our mutual friend is on the team, and it's going to be R5 jungle. But we're going to see the Senna coming out as well here with the Jinx and the Xin Zhao coming out for Crusaders.
You can hold on to support for quite a while here. That would be kind of your next best counter pick, especially with the jungles coming on through. It just feels like, Elegy has just handed over every single counter pick and good pick over to Conduit. You get the Mordekaiser counter matchup into the Ornn. You get the Senna, who's got a great scaling kind of prowess nowadays, especially into Jinx, and Nocturne's going to get counterpicked into Xin Zhao. So, I mean, theory in the textbook states that Conduit have kind of just demolished Elegy here, and it's almost been handed into them, but sometimes you have to be able to take the layups and get your 2 points. So they have to finish it, though. They have to be able to kind of deliver on the game plan that's coming from this comp, which is it's pick, it's super focused on your kind of individuals, either not killing themselves in the case of the Senna or in the Mordekaiser, pushing absolutely as far as they can get.
Yeah, and we're going to get the Bard coming out of Conduit as well. So with the Nocturne, I do kind of feel that, like, with Ornn and Xin Zhao being the first two picks, that, like, maybe Nocturne wouldn't be my first thing, just because you're going to have so much protection for the Jinx, especially once we're all grouped together, that it's going to be hard to dive that Jinx, and now you add the Janna on top of it. So it almost feels like maybe post level 11, once we start grouping for objectives and things, it's going to be really hard to get on top of the Jinx, and I probably would have rather had like maybe like a front to back jungler, maybe somebody that's going to be able to initiate without having to go through everybody. Now we're going to have the Lissandra as well, so they're just going to have everything sitting in the back waiting to peel off this Jinx and just let her eventually get her resets. But for the side of Conduit, I mean, you do at least have a game plan that you have, you know, going forward is you're going to want to get, you know, send it to the late game as fast as you can, which will come through, you know, some ganks in the lead that way. Bard being able to roam and shut down and basically map-wide ability to just go on to anybody and anywhere. So LG is going to have to definitely be aware and cognizant of the map state and where everything is, and not let anybody really get out too much, because there's a lot of dive potential and quick kill potential for the side of Conduit.
It's a funny little kind of draft situation happening, as you'll often see this in pro play, but it's pretty funny to see in this situation where LG have kind of picked it back up in that second half of draft there. The Janna, I love Janna into this engage comp that's being picked up. And you can see actually a little bit of level 1 tussle already happen as we pop into the game, but the Janna is going to be a great option into the Nocturne, into the Ahri, into the Mordekaiser as well, as long as you keep them at that actual arm's length distance. And so it's so much pressure on the Janna, but if they can perform very strong champion alongside the Lissandra into the Ahri, is just gonna have a great and easy time blocking down any of the actual primary targets, and then it just becomes kind of the age-old motif that we have across teams in this level of play, which is your target focus actually good? Are you guys focusing the right people in the right times? Are you even listening to the comms that are, you know, being said in terms of their correct targets? As the Lissandra's going to find quite a bit of pressure here on a D-Risen, but not enough to kill.
No, and it is going to be flash for flash in that mid lane. D-Risen is still trying to sit around here. They do have the Nocturne over the other side, so we might end up seeing a flash engage from the jungler here is Lily Coco is trying to pressure this this tier 1 tower dive, but they are going to end up hitting level 2 on the Senna, so they should be safe here. But this is a lot of, as you said in the beginning, Tussle, this is a lot of action pre-level 4. Like, this is pretty insane as far as like each laning center is concerned, because now like you have these junglers that are just ready to gank. They're both very good at it as well, you know, Nocturne being able to hit a Q, and then Zinchao being able to do whatever they can on top of it. But yeah, Pine Papple up here in the top is getting shoved in by Noodles, and we, if you did read the weekly a little bit going on here, if you did read the weekly report for Olympus, he did say that, you know, Noodles would be the win con if he can get that.
This is about as
onto him. Okay,
yeah,
as we say it.
Hey, that's a way for a solo kill to happen on a Pine Papple, but I wasn't expecting it to be this quick. Usually you're looking for an Orin to survive a little bit longer, maybe you know, couple extra minutes, maybe not quite just getting ran down that early on, but they haven't been positioning it too great here, and they're gonna find Tomo here on the crab, but no extra response. Lord JK does have priority, but Derizen also in the area, able to escort the jungler, and they're trying to gun for this double crab, which, I mean, sometimes you can get your hands stuck in the cookie jar, and sometimes it's the correct play, and you won't really find out until later.
Yeah, and I guess you know, Cromer is going to notice that they can't get this. Zinchao early on is going to be able to beat the Nocturne over that, especially when you don't have the Smite is now Bard looking in for something cheeky here.
This is getting a little close, but a Bard should never be in situations like this. I know, oh my god, my AD carry can't really help me early. Then you have to create the scenarios that you want. And yeah, Janna's oppressive, but then at that point, you just gotta kind of accept that your job is to get enough for boots, get enough for some like extra little bit of pots, and they already blew that earlier on. A good charm dodge there from JJK, but it's just a Dark Seal, man. Really?
Yeah, as well, yeah, I don't know, and especially, you know, back to the Bard thing real quick too, is that, you know, your Senna ended up taking Tear of the Goddess, which is fine. You know, you're gonna end up getting the Manamune, you want to stack that early on into the Cull of the Jinx, but when you have a Tear on your ADC, there's just not a lot you can do. Is now Domination kind of getting hit up as soon as the roam goes away. I love this play by Mr. Soares to just, as soon as they see that the Bard has left the lane, they're just shoving right into it and attacking and being as aggressive as they can. And speaking of aggression, Duels for 2 once again on Pine Papple is gonna knock them low. And yeah, this top lane is just not where you want to be if you're Pine Papple on this Orin. Understanding when you give up your first pick to your top laner like that, you're gonna get countered pretty hard. But he's definitely feeling the effects of his choices here early on in this game.
Yeah, I just need to, you know, not do that in the future would be my hope, because this is like it's self-inflicted. Okay, these dodges are starting to look really good here from the Lissandra, but not quite able to get on top of the trade. Maybe they're baiting for Cryptic Clown to show up here. Derizen definitely a little too far forward. Is able to pick up that Spirit Rush, so just safe and sound in this lane. But yeah, it's Death Realm going to come out here. Pine Papple does have Call the Forge God, but that's going to put you in range here for Noodles for 2. They've got the Blasting Wand. They've got the Conqueror stacked up. It's just kind of a formality at this point here. Going to pick up the kill, but a good stun from Graphico. He's going to stop any sort of extra engage from Elegy to make sure that they could, you know, even try to find a cross map.
Yeah, and they try for it. They're not going to get in at this point. Now, it is going to end up being Elegy able to get this dragon. The first dragon is going to go to them, which is exactly what you want, especially when your top laner is struggling. You need to get the rest of your map going. Not that they have really, because it's still zeros across the board outside of that top lane, but yeah, definitely something that they want to pick up here if they can. Is Graphico get caught out a little bit, and unfortunately for Comer on this Nocturne, didn't find a lot, but did end up getting the timer on the blue buff, so they will get a little bit back for their troubles. But good job from Cryptid to not leave his jungle open when he's going to be showing up on the bottom side of the map trying for these objectives.
I'm kind of worried. I'm getting more worried about this. Oh, good charm. Hold up. Yeah. I don't even need to be worried about the Mordekaiser when Derizen can do that. It's picked up by Komarabi, but Beautiful flash.
Yeah, it was, and I was just about to say Comer was gonna have his ultimate up for that, but I'd already said my piece, so unfortunately I didn't get to call that one before it happened. But yeah, just good timing. You know, you hit the 6, you just put the ultimates together, and you know, Derizen, even though they didn't have the Spirit Rush, did have the flash, was able to get in there and charm, and there's really nothing you can do for the Lord. I'm sure he was spamming Alt R as fast as he could, but just nothing that he could do there now, as things are kind of resetting a little bit, and Conduit Genesis out to a very strong start, something that you would expect when you know, you get your first 3 counter picks in. But like you said, the Janna pickup and the Lissandra pickup on the back end kind of rounded out you know, Elegy's draft pretty well, as now we're going to get a tower dive here in the bot lane.
About as overforced as I think they can come. A good stun from Graphico is just going to put an absolute stop to any sort of prayer for this play. I feel like the second you see them start moving like that, you have no sweeper, you don't know if that bush is warded. Actually, you have it pinged out, so you know that bush is warded. A dive on 2 casters is just an unnecessary risk, and I don't even think in your wildest dreams that play would go anywhere in your favor. So honestly, lucky for them that stun landed and they can't cancel the play on that. Now you've got Tempered Fate finished up here for Graphico, and another reset with no tier 1, so they're staying in this lane to try and give domination any little bit of security, try and get to some of those higher stack values so the Janna just can't walk up to you, press W, and you die. But at some point, you're Bard, man. You've got to get on the map. You've got to try and start pushing some sort of advantage. Hey, I'm looking topside. My Mordekaiser's got Rylai's already. If we can just get into the jungle, if I open top and find their jungler or get some good wards with some priority topside, that's a phenomenal roam. That's only 1 minute that you're gone here. But speaking of gone, it's going to be JK in a couple seconds, able to pop that ultimate just for some extra time. But Derizen, 1 more charge left on the Spirit Rush. The extra damage, donning Shadow, not quite to claim the kill or an assist, but still it falls.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's just, I think that now they have realized that they have a weak point that they can, you know, get on top of here, and they can take advantage of, and that's going to be the Lissandra. The Lord is just a little bit too far behind now. After that first play with the Nocturne, it just
turn it more. Like on a Graphic, oh my word, I never expect that much damage coming from the Super Mega Death Rocket. Well done by Lively Coco.
Yeah, that was just so quick too. Just completely set up really fast, and then I just love how you know, just committed to the play they are. Like she shot that out like as soon as the Bard ultimate was coming through. Like that was hit as well. So good job on the Elegy bot lane to know where they're at here. Is now it looks like Cryptid's gonna try to counter gank this here. Is on top of the Nocturne.
Able to find some extra damage. They've got the Enchanter with the Xin, so it's gonna be a little hard to do anything to this champion. But once that Crescent Guard's popped off here, now it's ready to go, and they've canceled the play, but fought for some space. They got the Gromp, I guess. It's not terrible here from Elegy.
No, yeah, and these are just the little advantages that you're gonna have to be taking, right? And when you fall behind in a comp that, you know, is not scaling as well as the other side is, like, this is the things you're going to have to do. Like, a lot of their comp is just contingent on the fact that they can keep Jinx safe at the end game. So the closer they can get Jinx to that end game spot, I think the better. And drowning out everything that they can from either the Nocturne or from the bot lane of Conduit is probably the right play here. I like it. Pinepapple still having his time up in the top lane, you know, but you're not playing for lane, you're playing for the late game win, and you know, that's just his duty, especially when he's going to, you know, be one that top lane in the mid.
JK, okay, they did push that glacial path maybe a little too early on, and somehow not punished off that play. I feel the second we see that, we should have that flash timer as well. So that should be an almost instant gank. Paranoia is up, Flash is up, we have Tempered Fate, or just Graphico has the Magical Journey there. I'm really shocked that isn't punished any harder.
Yeah, and I don't think that they were expecting Lord to take that there either, so maybe that caught them off just as much as it did us. Excuse me, sorry. As he does try to follow it up, Derizen does try to follow it up there, and now Graphico just beating up on his hinge out in the jungle here. The last phase rush going to be used here, so yeah, just I like the aggression now from the side of Genesis. They do know that Lissandra doesn't have ultimate. She is going to be a little bit lower on the on the aggressive front with that. So they are going to pull the dragon out. They should be able to get this one for free, and then maybe take this and then start moving this over into other objectives. I'd like to start seeing them maybe pressure that top lane into finally just pushing this down and then getting the Mordekaiser into the bot and then just opening the map up and getting your Senna to maybe, get into the thing here as we are going to get double.
This is the pick that we've been waiting from this side, but they just aren't able to follow up with any sort of damage. It's actually turned on its face. Zap not quite going to find the target, but the Super Mega Death Rocket more than enough to keep the chase going for some extra seconds. Domination get a little too close. Here's the 1v1 of the 80 carries, though. Zap lands, able to pop that Dawning Shadow. Now has to flash under the tower. Cryptic couldn't quite find the damage. Now Lord JK under the tower. Finally able to pop the Frozen Prison. Gives them some extra time. Graphical going to fall next. Soars. Happy to pick that one up as Lysandra passives just destroy what's left of Komaribi.
Oh, no.
But they're able to pick up 2 under the tower, going towards CEG, getting something off the back of that. Oh, that's an unfortunate call of the Forge God. Great timing on that Death Realm to pick up the kill. It's another one for Noodles for 2. Going on a killing spree.
Yeah, and if this guy is the, we'll get back to that bot lane play real quick, but if this guy is the win con for Genesis, then he is doing his job. He understands his position and what he has to do, and he's making quick work of Pine Papel up here in the top. Great counter pick for him here on this Mordekaiser. And then on the bot side, what a great play from Elegy Crusaders to start that out. Unfortunately, they did not change the aggro on the turret well enough, and they didn't manage that very well. So unfortunately, they are going to end up giving 2 kills back, one over to the Bard, one over to, I believe, the Senna on the backside of that play. 2 unnecessary deaths, and I think one of them was a no shutdown. So we do end up getting a little bit back. If you're decided Genesis, you're like, okay, yeah, we screwed up. We pulled the trigger on that play. It didn't go our way, but thankfully LG was nice enough to kind of pay us back in kind and give us a little bit more on the backside of that. So if you're Genesis, this could have been a lot worse, and you could only have one positive thing to say about the last 2 minutes, but thankfully. LG did kind of mess up there, so that might end up screwing them in the long run.
It feels like Conduit's kind of falling for the muck a little bit, getting kind of trapped in there. Maybe you're seeing Pine Papel do so well, you're kind of forgetting, hey, maybe we have to kind of pull our own weight as well here. As Pine Papel is very dead. There's going to be another claw here in a couple seconds. He's going to be able to get out of there, so maybe not dead yet, but now you're half HP, you're under the tower, now you got to reset. Okay, there goes more farm, and it's just falling out of your hands more and more. Pretty much, I would confidently say the entirety of this 3,000 gold lead here for the side of Conduit Esports is all on Noodles for 2 right here, which is a ton of pressure on a player, but at the same time, you get your R1, R2 counter pick for top lane. I feel like it's free.
Yeah, between him and Derizen, these are the 2 that are kind of just carrying this game right now, and obviously a lot of that has to do with Como on the jungle. But now Derizen caught out here. This could be a potential shutdown.
Ooh, they pop the flash to try and get some extra distance covered now. Able to get away from the zap. Found a charm for some extra time, but I don't know if you're going to go, oh, this is a very dangerous TP. The root picked up in time. Couldn't get away. So the kill here for Lily Coco.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Derizen that they were actually on a ward there, as the Lord's going to take a little bit of poke here from the Bard and the Senna. And actually going to get locked down here.
More? Oh, yeah, it's a very dead Lysandra. Maybe trying to make a play out of that, but just reactionary, I would say, is the theme of the mid jungle here from Elegy, and it's starting to cost them dearly. This is a 2v2 that they really should be on top of and ahead, and they don't seem too bothered by not doing anything.
No, and unfortunately, if the Risen was not on a ward there, they probably don't even get that kill for the Jinx in the bot lane, right? So, like, they got extremely fortunate, good vision control, or good vision from Mr. Soares on this Janna to have that warded, to be looking out for that escape route. But, yeah, this was just a little bit, you gotta... I don't even know what to say about that, because this bot lane from the side of Genesis should not be having the time that it is. It doesn't seem like they were giving too much, help either. So this is kind of just on them. But now Noodles for 2 is a little overextended. Is going to have to deal with this. It's going to flash out, and now
it's turned on its face entirely, actually. Noodles for 2 just on a rampage. It's the raid boss in the side lane mentality. They're going to pop out of the Death Realm. It's well timed here. Finally able to pick up a kill. It's a shutdown going on towards Pine Papple, but the idea is always at what cost. They're gonna find Lord JK across here and no priority over this dragon, so the third dragon could be going relatively uncontested over to Conduit.
Yeah, it is, and I like this play from them. And even though he got caught out and he did end up giving a shutdown kill over to the Ornn, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I think by the time you hit the mid late game, being that raid boss and having to have two or three people come to get you is going to be so much more useful than the Ornn is now. We're about to get a fight in the mid lane.
Oh yeah, if you'll call it a fight, Lily Coco got bursted in half, but still no damage yet. Here comes the cavalry though. Derizen tossing on forward, not able to find the charm onto the Jinx, but the rest just fall in kind. It's accidental targets, and they're still gonna die. JK now turning tail and running, doesn't even have the prison to get out of here. Derizen, one more charm, and they're gonna find it just like the rest of them throughout this game.
Yeah, great play from Derizen on this Ahri. They've been stunting this entire game from the first kill that they got, where they just like out of nowhere flash charmed, right before the minion wave hits Lord JK. So really good job from him on this Ahri to just kind of like assert your dominance early on in this series. And this is the kind of gameplay that we were probably expecting out of Genesis to start the season. We haven't seen it up until now, and maybe it's just the nerves from being on cast or whatever, or maybe it's just we're the good luck charms. But I absolutely love seeing this because it just shows that like they are here to play. They're here to potentially win. Maybe not just this game, maybe the series. And so I love the aggression. I love what they're doing so far on the side of Conduit, as Noodles for two just doing his thing, getting 4 plates by himself here. The bot lane obviously is not going to get a lot into a Jinx Janna, so I like that he's just straight from the top lane over to here. They're just getting advantage after advantage, and now that 3.2k gold lead is now ballooned into a 5.5k gold lead. And if things keep going this way, they're the scaling team that's going to be able to wait until the end. And now they're hitting that point a lot sooner.
And they're already having very good access onto the Jinx too. They're already proving the concept of the comp, so it's really just kind of a matter of time until the Senna gets the stacks, until the Como on the Nocturne is able to find a better ultimate and able to turn that into an objective, which, hey, would you look at that, 40 seconds, 30 seconds here to the Baron. That's probably like your premier time to really get that done, and they're going to be going for actually a well-timed play here on the bot side. That tower is so low. Noodles for two mostly just has to focus on it specifically, or even Como or the Bar just sitting in the lane and just guaranteeing that it's down. Pine Papple shouldn't be able to get away like this for this free, but still the tower picked up. They've got the priority bot side now, and they can even move this Mordekaiser up to the top.
Yeah, and they're soaking up all of the resources that are in the jungle here, keeping this away from Cryptid Clown. Xin Zhao does have his ultimate where he's going to be able to just block a lot of the the ranged things that are coming in and be useful that way. But on a Xin Zhao, you really want to be ahead, be the aggressor, be the one that starts it off, and not just rely on that for your tankiness, but just from being ahead, to be the why you are tanky and why you're winning these fights. So getting all this stuff away from him and soaking up all these resources is going to definitely play dividends in the mid to late game as well. So Genesis just firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, it's looking good so far. Being a little patient, maybe a little slower than they need to be, but it's perfectly fine, honestly. They've got the time to scale. They've got the ability to scale, so there's no point in making an unnecessary risk. Maybe they're looking to finish up this man immune for the Senna before they really start looking hard, possibly finishing up what I assume is going to be Stride Breaker, or maybe just finding a free play like this onto the Zin's already half HP from some poke from the Senna Bar. Crescent Guard's going to come out. NATO did end up missing Noodles for two, forcing a flash away as well. They've got Sora's flash. They've got the space here on the red side. It's 115 before this dragon. The Ahri's pushing down top.
Yeah, and they almost got the Jinx flash. If that would have been any a little bit closer, he probably would have gotten that too. So he almost pulled all 3 of them in there, which would have been absolutely insane. He would have had his own pick on who he wanted to get. Now they have 4 people on the bot side as the Baron has spawned, and now both of the other lanes are being shoved in, and Mordekaiser standing right in the face of basically the entire team of BLC here, just daring them to come forward. No matter what, one of them is going to die if they step forward to try to contest him pushing this bot tier 2.
Just have to kind of do it right. They've been following the textbook pretty well. They've been where they're supposed to be at the right times. Maybe the execution not quite there, but doesn't not really the most important part. It's just being there and making sure you can actually make the play is the best
Hmm.
thing. And you keep mentioning they're firing on all cylinders, and they're definitely doing that right now. You got 20 seconds here before this soul point for them. They've got the priority, they got the vision right now as well. They've got the farm going on through. You can see that not quite the man immune finished up, and the Stridebreaker also not bought yet either. So a lot of gold here for the side of Conduit, but that shouldn't quite make up the difference of this disadvantage they have on the scoreboard. So maybe the confidence that they need to go into a win one fight, or just give up the space. Look at top.
Yeah, I think that might be what the call from Genesis is here, is just, keep them busy, back them off, buy as much time, and either take the teleport or take the two towers on the top side. And it does kind of look like they potentially might do the latter.
They're gonna call it. Good Tempered Fate's going to block out 3, 1 HP, 32 technically to pick up that dragon. Now Call the Forge God going to lock down Como for way too long. Turn on tail and running. They've got the Mordekaiser locked down. News for 2, though. Pop of the Death Realm running down Lily Coco as best they can, but Lily Coco kiting so well. Now Sora's going to fall first. Derisen on the killing spree to pick that one up. Dashing, dancing around. Another Spirit Rush charges. Here comes the rest. Dominion finally targeted, finally picked down. As that's a shutdown going on towards JK, but the dragon, a 3 for 3 at the end of the day. Great play from Conduit.
Yeah, three for three, and also Lily Coco, again, cannot be understated how well she did inside that Baron pit. Was pulled in to getting 3 of the members, and they were able to still get the smite off. So I think that they missed the Xin Shao. Is now, we'll see on the backside of this play here is Mordekaiser just sitting on top of Lily Coco there. Just a great job being able to shuffle back and forth and get all these, and then just a little bit too far ahead for the side of Elegy Crusaders here, as they did seem like they wanted to keep going here as the resets were coming in, but Lily getting the resets on the Jinx, and at the same time Derisen on the other side saying, yeah, I got resets of my own. We're just able to just keep getting the Spirit Rush, just one after another after another. So good job from both teams, but obviously the kudos is going to have to go over to the Nocturne for having the patience to not smite too early. We did see Cryptic Clown did end up getting his smite off. It was just a little bit too early, about 400 or 500 HP. Too early. So in the future, it's almost like a panic button that's pressed whenever you see that Bard ultimate go off. So good job from them.
Granted, you're also it's a 50-50 between two champions that don't have the most easy to execute or obvious or even that good secure. Nocturne, typically not the champion you think of too much to secure, but definitely the champion to find the picks on the side. They're going to pick up this ultimate from those on already. Good Temper Fate's going to lock down the Jinx for too long as that charm picks up JK. Next target as the dominoes fall. Sora's next. Cryptid trying to do the best they can to trade it, but they can't do anything at all, and Jinx turns tail and runs. There's nothing left here for the Elegy squad.
Yeah, I love that play from Genesis there, where they just realized, hey, we could just turn this. And as soon as Elegy seems like they step just 2 or 3 pixels too far up, they are waiting with a bated breath, just executing as quick as they can. Komarobi on this Nocturne just hits it as soon as they can. And then obviously between him and the Bard being able to just single out 2 or 3 members and being able to completely take them out of a fight right away is so paramount to the success that they've been having. And I love seeing it executed. And Genesis, like you were saying earlier, they came to play today. They definitely want to at least get this one game here and turn this around. And they keep playing like this, it's going to be hard for LG to come back from this.
This is it's one of those games where you're kind of relying on Conduit to give up or make a serious mistake more than anything else. Apologies for the delays, but even better. Regardless, kind of pushing on through. You're looking for Conduit to make the mistake. I think a big call out is they have the ice cream kind of moment here. Is the Ahri's building entirely defensive, all things considered, and still has the the Mikhails. Oh my God, Magi's. There we go.
Yeah.
Banshees, Magi's. You got the Malignants as well. It's like a super ultimate and like defensive focused build in comparison to most Aries here. As JK's kind of stuck in the Death Realm, able to delay as long as possible, and they get the bodies here. A good native time from Swords, but they're calling up the squad here with the Nocturnes. Just popping the Paranoid to get some time. They're making a play bot side to turn and tail. Zap going to be found, so Lily Coco happy to pick that one up. The dive, not quite able to find the kill. Pineapple finding a good knockup, but no extra follow-up here. They can't win this fight in the 2v3, but they were able to save the tower. They were able to stay alive. Pineapple maybe not so certain that they want that to be the case, so tower's going to end up falling and maybe a little closer for comfort.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, I really love the itemization from the Risen to not just go full, Rabadon into like whatever. They built the Banshee's Veil, they built the obviously the Malignants, but not just going full glass cannon on this has probably saved them more than once. We saw on the top side where they were able to turn that play around. It was because Lissandra getting in there was only able to hit the W for a stun, but it missed because, obviously the Banshee Veil hated, so they weren't able to just double CC everything. So a little bit of scrapping happening here a little bit right before the Dragon starts, as both teams, they want to get this Glacial Soul or they want to stop it. So this is a huge play, especially for the 5v5 capabilities that ELC drafted for. Excited to see this one play out here.
You do need to make it work as best as possible, and when you're building an Ord item in front of the choke point and Cryptid's already half HP from what little poke the Conduit squad can provide is making this so much harder here. Paranoid is going to get popped off there, trying to see what they can with the Hextech to Hextech Towers, but you're just going to follow JK going over to Deriz. Cryptid over the wall there, 2300. Death Realm's going to get popped, so the Dragons reset. Cryptid going to fall in a couple seconds here. Domination starting to cook up a storm here. Jinx able to pick up one shutdown, but they're just going to fall like dominoes towards Noodle. It was the domination show for a split second as Noodles rips that camera back on over. Ace picked up for Conduit. It's lights out for Elegy.
It is, and this is probably going to be the end, if not like the prelude to the end. There may be one more the team fight, but for not at this point, because that was just such a clean fight. And like you were saying, for somebody that doesn't even really have any poke champions, Cryptid just took half health right from the get-go before that fight even started. So I think that Conduit just kind of took Elegy a little bit off of their comfort maybe in this first game, and I expect to see LG to come out and play a little bit better. It's a foregone conclusion. This tower or this Nexus is gone, as the first game is going to go over to Conduit Genesis.
And well played from them, of course. They worked hard for it. I'm not gonna use the word boring, but it's definitely kind of existing there. It's just the kind of correct League of Legends here. You're at the points, you're fighting your correct fights, you're at the right lane assignments for side lanes, you've got all the materials and the resources and the summoner spells you need to make everything work, and you're just taking advantage of the enemy team not quite focusing as hard as they definitely need to in the right moments there. Look at that last fight. I called it out there, but you're an Ord and you're just building in front of the choke. You're building an item. I know you're upgrading one of your teammates' items, and that would be really nice to have, but that 1,000 gold isn't going to change the fact that you and Cryptid just chunked yourselves for 500 HP each without a problem in the world, and that's so valuable. So Conduit happy to pick this one up, a little delivered to them, but sometimes you got to pick it up. That's not quite the right champions, but I'm gonna hope that's the right damage numbers and the right rolls. It's not the right teams. It's nothing. All right, screen's a wash. Don't look at it. Close your eye. But regardless, a well-played game from Conduit, able to pick up kind of the free win. I mentioned that they needed something on the board, and already up 1-0, looked confident doing it. What more can you want?
Yeah, no, I mean, not much more. At least for them, this is like the calming, presence that they needed. And like you said, boring is a good word for it, but that's also what it's supposed to be, right? This game is supposed to be, layers of just like, we do this, then we do this, then we do this. And then you have contemporary plans or compensatory plans for whenever, the other team, reacts. And so they played it out just right. They got all the objectives that they needed to as they needed to. And from top to bottom, they outplayed every single portion of this game. The bot lane obviously fell behind a little early, but they're supposed to. So, everybody on this team played their role almost, I mean, I wouldn't say to perfection, but as close as you're going to get and as happily as you're going to be for this one. So, Conduit Genesis, maybe making a statement here that, they're not one to just lie down here. And if they can take this next one or even, make this into a 3-game series and take the third one, then now they're in the mix again. So this is exactly what they wanted. And it's good to see teams run this up, just the way that it's designed, and then to have them actually execute it was actually nice to see.
Well played game from Conduit. Put themselves a 1-up confidently, trying to end this night out quickly and on top. Elegy, what can you do to bring us to game 3? Not sure. We'll have to see what they cook up in game 2's draft. We'll see you after the short break with that.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the top 5 plays from Titan Week 3. Coming in at number 5, we will play from Titan Gladiator League, where a Jinx gets to hit for free. I've had a lot of people saying, oh, Jinx, it needs to be a late pick and comp. It's not as viable as some of the other ADCs on the market. But this play might make you change your mind. An early reset leads to a lot of rockets just coming in and clutching. The title says it best. Jinx was jinxing. Let's take a look.
It's okay.
I'm very
Go
tanky.
slow.
Yeah,
there we go.
Flash. Nautilus. Good. I'm got Varus ulted.
I'm dead here.
Jinx is jinxing.
I'm just standing in front of them as much as I can.
you keep doing it. She's jinxing.
I'm gonna die soon. I need a...
Oh,
my shield is 5. My
yeah,
shield
you're good to go. You're good to go. No Zinol, no Melol. You're good to go. Click forward. Oh my God, downfall.
Go downfall. There we go.
There we go.
I think I died.
Nerf that fight, bro.
Can you go to dragon? Can you go?
Coming in at number 4, we have a play coming out of the Sin GG versus Elysium Ravens up in the Vanquisher League. Oh boy, this champion makes the list every week so far. I've had conversations with casters. if you haven't already guessed who it is, Zahen, if you can lock him into a fire draft, this guy will pop off. Just take a look at how brutal this is. Also, shout out to Duddy, who makes it into the play. We were in a call picking this play, and he was depressed to be in top 5 again, being cut out in a play that isn't his.
I'm on Sivana, I'm on Sivana.
We got Ash.
Ash surfing flash.
Hey. It's just a wave.
Kill him, I hit revive, nice.
Coming in at number 3, we have a play from Flannel Esports taking on Elegy Dynasty. And guess what? Guess what? It's another Zahen play. They killed my main for this. For me to every week have to look at him doing Zahen things. In this play, it's literally a 1v5. It gets cut off a little short. I think we can infer he doesn't get out alive. But this guy is going to turn his entire team fight, where his entire team dies, into a 1v3. He pulls 3 back. He keeps the game alive. This champion is unbelievable. Look at the healing. 1 auto from death, and he pulls it back. It is ridiculous what Zahen can do. Take a look.
I have to look for an angle on Gaia.
She just.
I ate that shit.
No, I couldn't R, man. Nice.
I'm on Victor.
Victor R is gonna bubble us, yeah.
Yeah, we got Skarner.
I couldn't get R off, bro.
I have to flank.
Oh, man. Nice.
Oh, what a beautiful fucking section.
Oh my god.
Coming in at number 2, we have another reason that Riot's collective 200 years of game design does 200 years of game designs things. Yone, let's talk about it. Yone is a champion who has been coming in a lot more in Titan this last week specifically. I've seen him come in a bit. I've also seen him come in a couple other leagues as well, where if you can find a really fire pick on that Yone mid or Yone top into a nice counter matchup and that champion gets ahead, all you want to do is cry. And this Yone, I mean, they're going to brutalize. They even have a blind W over the wall that just gets them another free kill to add to this triple kill. It's a very powerful play. Man, his brother should have just killed him and made him stay dead. It's fine. It's fine. Let's take a look at this Yone play.
Mundo did 2,000 damage? What the fuck?
I can try to go for right and steal here.
Things are balanced, though. You have to understand.
No, by right. Holy shit.
RE flash.
2 flash away.
Nice.
Nice, Syndra. Okay, Syndra.
Okay.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Nice,
okay,
good steal. Nice. We're
Oh, we
really
stole 2?
I'm not done with you, bitch.
Nice.
Come here.
Very nice. Good job, guys. We really should play for Baron.
No, please don't die to Wukong. If you kill Wukong, we can get Baron.
Nice,
We can get Baron. We can get Baron.
I'm TPing mid. I'm not gonna waste it, actually. I'm just gonna top.
And of course, we have some honorable mentions coming up. We've gotten a couple plays that I wish I could have included in this list, but we were only 5 plays long. Make sure, again, I'm going to use the time, send in your plays to me in my DMs at TI Romeo or in the stream clips to get them seen for week 4. We already have a couple bangers coming, but let's look at the honorable mentions.
Then on me.
Let him die, he's dead. Keep pushing, Syndra.
I mean, they're doing Baron right now. Okay, can we far side hawk shot here? Can we hawk shot?
I don't have. I can walk in for blue.
Cassandre did reset.
In 3, 2, 1.
It's on 1k.
Nice.
Do his thing. Just let Silas do his thing. Don't even look back.
Alright, they're out of vision. Oh, no, they're not.
Oh, just careful.
Like I said, don't even look back.
I'm just taking their base, guys.
They just wasted everything on you. Go.
We just fight.
We just won. We just won.
Yeah. If you have a TP, come here. Look Vagar. Look Vagar.
Jinx Vagar. Jinx Vagar. Just get the shove.
If you have TP, come. If you have TP, come in.
He has no flash. He has no flash.
GG it. I'll play, guys.
Fine with
Oh.
it. Nice. Good job, guys.
And ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 1, we have what is either the strongest or second strongest ADC on this patch. It's Ashe, voiced by my girl Clementine from The Walking Dead Telltale series. If you didn't know that, now you do. This title will make a little more sense. But we all love seeing a fun pentakill, right? I don't really need to talk about this. This is just an Ashe whose team understands how to peel for her, and she gets a pentakill. Let's take a look.
Kill front line.
Kill front line. Kill front line.
There's out the fight.
Nami.
Oh, I'm
Help,
dead.
help, help. Nice!
Shove it, shove it, shove it, shove it.
Run mid, run.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was our top 5 plays from the week. Of course, this is week 3 of Titan. We're going to be trying to get this going throughout now until all the way to playoffs, until finals. And then maybe we'll do like a best moments from finals thing or a recap of it. We'll figure it out. I do plan as well on making a master, maybe like top 50 plays from Titan Summer Split. So again, get those clips. Some of you guys have stopped sending as many clips. I don't know if there's just less plays happening in games, but get those clips to me if you can. TI Romeo in the DMs or put them to stream clips. I can go look there. They can be Twitch clips. They can be clips of your POV. They can be clips from the spectator camera. I'll take anything, but come on. We love this series. Let's keep it going. Send me your clips, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you can, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What play was your favorite? And yeah, that was Romeo. I'm out. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the top 5 plays from...
Smash Cut to Draft. Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna be I don't know if we have control over the speed. Tell me, am I right, wrong? Or is it just is it like a set speed? Not really. Okay, so this is gonna go at the same time. We're a little late. Sorry. We're talking about fun things and waiting for these teams to kind of wrap up and whatnot, and for us to kind of figure out exactly what we're gonna do. You're gonna be shocked to see that the teams are probably not gonna change their bans. They do have to change their picks though. It is Fearless. I know it's not. Ooh, excuse me, below, but is there. You can't pick the same thing. That means we don't have to see Senna again. They can't be one Ornn.
That's right. They're gonna pick Smolder here to
oh, yeah, they're gonna pick
for the fact
Smolder.
that there's no Senna. And then Vagar game 3.
Oh my god. Actually, hold up. Jarvan was the next joke I was gonna make, but he's gone. Okay. Maybe something a little more interesting could be the Nefiri. I've been seeing a lot of people enjoying that champion.
I've been trying my best.
Picture me as Squidward in the window watching people having fun playing Nefiri, because I just don't get it. I don't get how the champion's fun.
I've tried it and it's fun until it's not. I guess if that's the thing. Like, you don't get your reset and you don't get any help. It just kind of sucks. But we are going to see something that doesn't suck. It does suck to play into is the Hui.
And Anivia.
For Genesis, and the answer is going to be Anivia, which I like because Hui is really annoying and disgusting, and so is Anivia. So they can both, sit in the mid lane and stare at each other and bore each other to death with this matchup. So we are going to see the Shyvana coming out. So the reworked Shyvana, I know that you spent a lot of time when she first came out on the new one. I think enough time has passed now. OP or kind of meh?
She's all right. It's a solid rework. I know you kind of lost the mage Shyvana build that a lot of people did like, but I don't.
So ARAM Shyvana.
Yeah, like the ARAM Shyvana, where you just kind of wait for her ultimate and then you spam E. It's like I don't think anyone truly enjoys that. They just like that it was kind of gimmicky and people didn't understand how much damage it did. This feels a very one note simple to play champion, but it is a defined style. You are kind of a mixed damage bruiser that is tanky enough in like 2-item 1v1s, but definitely can get invaded early, and that's where you have to kind of worry about champions like Zehen, who are able to get on top of you, stay on top of you early, and keep up that pressure. You're not really going to be able to 1v1 this character early on, so hopefully they can keep, Scripted can kind of keep the farm going, because that's all you need to do as Shyvana. Now 80 carries, it's these 80 carries. I feel like for the same reason Misfortune counters Jinx, she counters Ezreal, but there's so much more control for the Ezreal to not get countered by the double up that it should be comfortable here for Elegy.
Yeah, and potentially, probably not, but potentially we do still have the Hui could be flexed into the support role. I haven't seen it as much lately. I do know that he relies a lot on things. So yeah, so that's gonna get canceled before I can even make a point on it. So they are gonna go with the Rel Ezreal, and yeah, Ezreal does do really well into champions that don't like to sit right behind their minion line, and Misfortune loves to hit champions that sit behind theirs. So that is a good counter for the side of ELC, and it's kind of like opposite of what we were seeing last time, where Genesis was able to kind of get every single counter pick that they wanted, and now ELC kind of is, where I think the Nautilus and the Rel are kind of a wash, but we are gonna end up seeing the Swain here for Pine Papple up on the the top lane. So that's going to be really interesting. Into a Shen, which I don't know. I kind of feel like this matchup favors the Shen, but I don't play a lot of Swain Shen because I just don't see a lot of Shens when I pick it. So interestingly enough, this is going to be kind of like maybe it still might be a wet noodle fight for the top laners here, but if Noodles plays like he did last game, this could be really bad for Pine Papple on the Swain too. So one of the worst feeling champions is a Swain who is underfarmed, underfed, and just not getting what they want. So I think a lot of this is going to have to come up onto the jungles again, as now they are getting surrounded here quickly.
Scrapping early, scrapping often. Conduit not quite deterred. They're trying to pop this egg as best as possible, and not able to get the egg, but the HP advantage. Flash gone for JK. Yeah. Oh, it's miserable.
And then he walks up. Okay.
I like this too, yeah. Keep the pressure going.
Yeah.
You're going to win the 1v1. You land the Q here. That's egg Nivea popped. You can actually do a ton of free damage here as well. DeRisen, though, just going to cancel as of now. Still, egg popped. It's a free gank for Zehen, who's already going to be farming pretty quickly compared to Shyvana. Kind of pull back to the Shen Swain. Not a matchup you see often, of course, but ideally you're looking at a Swain. You mentioned, yeah, you got to get ahead. These early levels, it's a Shen, man. You just kind of pull kills out of your ass. They just happen. You don't expect that damage, and then bonk, you get hit with 130 damage auto attack at level 2. So have to be careful for that as the Swain, but once you kind of hit that mid-game point, you got your Rylai's, you've got level 2 ultimate, you're going to be super comfortable. You're going to have damage. You're going to be happy that he's short range here on the bot side of the map. Those swords maybe biting off a little more than he could chew, but the damage starting to get traded up a little bit faster onto swords as here comes Domination, putting in a little bit of extra work on the Ezreal.
Yeah, and that was Graffiti just flashing forward on top of the Misfortune like really quickly, but great job from actually both of the supports there. Nautilus holding, or Sora's on the Nautilus holding off as long as they needed to make sure that they were able to keep the Misfortune safe and provide a good body block from the Ezreal. The only problem is they took a lot of damage, but hey, it's a Nautilus. They have they have the biscuits, they have potions to take, so they'll be just fine. But I like the aggression coming out of Grafuko on the Rel early on. I think that's kind of something that they need to do here, especially since now they have like 2 engaged champions. So this is like a complete swap or switch over from the bot lane that we saw last time, where they had the 2 enchanters, the Janna and the oh, never mind, we're about to get into a fight.
It has that pull again to keep the damage up for longer. The auto attacks mean nothing. Ignite stacking up, but Noodles for 2 just keeps it going from last game.
Yeah, he does, and I love the Ignite, the quick go there. Now is getting another fight on the bot lane.
There, Grafuko couldn't quite get Domination in range, but the damage starting to add up. They're going to try and find Grafuko here. 2 more autos needed, 1 more last. Lily Coco happy to get that one delivered on a silver plate.
Yeah, and that was just Grafuko just stepping up a little bit too far, thinking that Soares wasn't able to get back, but it's a Nautilus was definitely able to get, back into hook range now. And now I like this out of Cryptic Clown coming up for Derizen, who's going to flash forward.
Hell yeah, Derizen. I like what I'm seeing. The aggression to get on forward there. Cryptid just doesn't have anything to offer in these earlier ganks.
No, he doesn't. Low mana, no flash, no health, no egg. That's not what you want. I like the idea from Cryptic Clown, but at that point, I think the Lord messed up a little bit. Well, not a little bit, obviously. They messed up by just stepping forward. They should have just went backwards, let Shyvana push him off the wave. Instead, they tried to help, guarantee that the gank ended up in a kill. But it's not always guaranteed, especially into a Hui that is just so far ahead in health there now as... the Lord, once again, having a rough early lane here as the Sora is using, just like in game 1 with the Ari charm, good flash potential is now. He's almost out. He might actually die here.
Oh my god, so low. Has that W in a couple extra seconds. We don't even need to see the cast bar. We know it's coming. Derizen, happy to put 2 on the board here. Even more farm loss for JK. Oh, man. Yeah, pan away. I don't want to see this anymore, man. This is a murder.
This is just a lot of just mental mistakes coming out from Lord JK earlier that I don't know, maybe it's just left over from last game or not, but just like, why would you teleport into a full wave? You're not just going to take the damage from Hui, you're also going to take the damage from from the minions as you come in. So just a really bad positioning, bad decision to teleport right into the middle of the wave there. And so this game is just kind of picking up where it left off. Noodles for 2 getting a solo kill top lane. Derizen playing like they're still on this Fed Ari from last game on this way, just getting a free kill for themselves. And Noodles for 2 missing a cannon minion. So...
Yeah. It's okay. You saw it too.
I called it.
I'm not quite sure exactly, what we're cooking there, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not a problem.
Minion block.
Let's call it minion block. There, the champion that has 3 empowered auto attacks that all guaranteed to have 25 extra range. Never mind that. Popping on over here though, Cloud Dragon up on the Rift and looking to take as best advantage as they can here. Good hook from Swords. They're trying to get traded onto Lily. They're looking for some extra damage, but Domination has been taken away too low. Cryptid now showing up for the gank. Level 5 junglers don't have a whole lot to do, but that means Como doesn't either. And Sheen doesn't get to do any extra damage. That's Egg for Lord JK there. Good crash out, good find too as they're going for the re-engage. Found a good stun taunt on the Cryptid low, but they're going on to Lily Coco, picking up the kill. Derizen in the mid lane, happy to pick up that killing spree onto the Anivia, but nothing able to finish off the kills, just Swords, the victim. The Nautilus falls.
Yeah, and a great stand united in the middle of that fight. The flash forward from Grafuko comes out because of it. So you just see like great communication. Good job realizing that they can get this for almost free. I think it's like he's going to miss out on like a wave on the top side and maybe give away 1 or 2 plates here. But as we see, Lord JK is taking a lot of damage in the thing here. But yeah, you see the stand united comes through, the flash forward on the rel to just lock everybody down. And Lily Coco and Cryptic Clown are absolutely super fortunate to leave this one alive, as Komarobi is going to get a kill on the Zehen, and that is not a champion that you want to get ahead early. But well, I mean, if you're Genesis, you do, but if you're Elegy, you don't want to see that champion getting these kills early on. So, good play by them so far. Right now, things are still just kind of firing on all cylinders, but Derizen kind of stepping up here unnecessarily.
Okay. What? Yeah, I don't know what you're still chilling. I guess I got no TP. Maybe I'm thinking, putting myself in the shoes. Yeah, I'd be greeting for that mid wave too, but I don't think I'm above like a platinum mid laner, so maybe my advice isn't quite the best ideal in my mentality. Noodles for 2 just picked off, and yeah, that's the burst coming from the Shyvana and the Swain this early on. You don't have MR. I think, I don't know if it was with you, but I remember watching a Shen a couple weeks ago just rush Titanic and get absolutely nothing accomplished because you're not a tank anymore. You just aren't strong. So speaking of not strong, JK able to get away from that. So, maybe not quite strong, but able to get away from a gank and not being that walking minion that they have been.
Yeah, but now they're down a flash. They have no teleport. They have no mana, and they have no health. And Hui is back in lane now. So they are going to try, potentially, if they wanted to, they could contest this Here's Komarobi is there. They are going to bring the Shen around as well, and I think they're just going to get the one and try to get out, but a double flash taunt.
Find the dreaded return, but they're able to get the taunt now. Getting closer. Como ready to find the damage. Cryptid just getting bursted from on high. It's that BFT finished up here for Derizen as Pine Papple able to pick up one kill on the trade here, but the Spawn Despair found Pine Papple a stun. It's just kind of guaranteed at this point. Wherever Derizen goes, death follows.
Yeah, and I love that play from him too. I sort of talked over you, so my apologies during that fight. But just standing in the grub pit there, just free firing from there, completely untouched, and just able to do exactly what they wanted to. You can definitely tell that he has played this champion a few times because this is just great execution from the Hui to be able to use everything, all the cooldowns just going his way here as well. And now 5-1 does have the Blackfire Torch, is going to base and probably pick up at least the boots, if not more, components for his next item. But yeah, this is just such a stomp from Derizen early on, and now baiting up the Lord, flashing forward, and
you only live here like a little longer because you don't have to deal with Spile and Despair from Derizen. It's kind of a little over. I'm gonna cast a curse this one happily. You're dealing with a 6-in-1 Bane. They already have Blackfire Torch. It's gotta be like, hey, we have all the tools we need to win. Hey, Ezreal, Rel, bot side, just chill out. Wait until I can roam bot lane, and then let's play the game. But until then, just go zeros for the rest of the game. Keep your farm high. Keep the ability to get advantages, so that way, once this dragon spawns, we can actually make the game-ending play that we need to. And a good taunt onto Pine Papple. Half HP already. News for 2, looking to get out of here. No way to stick on top yet. Rylai's not finished up, and it's not going to be the first item either from Pine Papple.
No,
so Demonic Ascension, kind of a non-factor in these 1v1s.
Yeah, and all it's going to do is drain his mana super quick, too. Like, I don't know how often you play Swain, but that champion always feels like
no mana costs. And goodbye, Pine Papple. You walked a little too far forward. Now Sora, the next target. Nihilus dies. Keep dying. Can they stop with a bullet time? Putting a little extra damage on Como. Popped instantly with the help of Cryptid. And a kill going over to Lily Coco now. Good hook onto Grak. Okay. I underestimated the damage a little bit from this misfortune, and Shyvana, my bad. And I also underestimated the amount of damage coming from the tower. Cryptid!
No, the tower! What?
No!
The burn!
MVP to the bot towers for this series.
Oh man, this is so reminiscent of game 1, where they committed to a dive, it worked out, and then they just gave the tower 2 kills. This time they both go over to domination, so that is really not what you wanted if you are the side of Elegy Crusaders here. That was just such a good heads-up play, and they did a great job early on at manifesting the play that they wanted to happen, and then as it comes through, they just overstay a little bit. They got everything that they wanted, and then just overstayed and completely ruined their play. Is now
just keep going.
Yeah, just fresh off of a teleport, Derizen gonna get another kill over here, and Grafuko on the roam. Sora's trying to roam too, but just not going to have the same effect. Anivia is so far behind here, and this is just... Oof. I know that Anivia scales. Yeah, I know Anivia scales, and she does really well late game, but Pineapple's going to walk up forward again here.
Oh, another
and
one,
this is
baby.
just...
Oh, yeah.
Pine Papple is not having... This is 2 games in a row now. I don't know if the Ornn game was so frustrating for him that it just kind of put him in a bad mental space. But yeah, this is... You picked this as your counter pick. I think this was the R5 for them, wasn't it? So this is your power pick. Right, you have B1 and R5 are 2 of the most important picks, right? And they've just kind of whiffed on both of them here now. Last game, and then coming into this one, the Ornn and then the Swain. So, Lord, losing to the ADC now as well.
JK, dude, you're the same level as the AD carry. You got to be scared of them. Able to find a little bit of an exit frag though on this play. Grafuko gonna fall. Now they're looking to find some more domination. turning into the target now as topside. Noodle's going to pick up this tower. No stand united quite yet. Able to find the taunt, though. Bot side on the play. Como going to get picked up here. Lily Coco has the damage. Able to get over the wall of the build time. More than enough to get the kill. Noodles for 2. Dying the Demonic Ascension. It's a 2-level difference. Doesn't quite matter as they're going to get shut down topside. Now Domination, the next target, run on forward. Happy to Arcane Shift into that. Not one. Eye set on Soars. Another Mystic Shot. Looks for the next one. Cryptid. You've got to save this play or Elegy are just out. They've got the damage. But the Risen shows on up. They're going to be able to get this kill. Cryptid trying to get away with that thing. My god.
And a lot of damage coming out. The Risen showed up as the hero coming through, as the Gandalf showing just as when they mean to, like, getting the tiny little bit of shield and the movement speed onto Domination was just enough to get them free out of that. As we're gonna get a replay of this one here, as just Lily and Mr. Soares just both on the same page of like not spacing against this Ezreal, I guess not realizing how much damage that he has, but yeah, Domination, just great job recognizing that, hey, I may die here to the Shyvana, but I'm at least going to get these 2 kills, and the Risen showing up just in time to make sure that he doesn't end up getting followed up on, and just a clean 3-0 for the side of Genesis now, and like they are so much in the driver's seat of this game and of this series that they're going to have a huge throw for Elegy Crusaders to even think about coming back into this game. Prior to that play, you know, Lily Coco doing a good job with the bullet time to get the kill on the Zehen, and you know, kind of telegraphing where he was going to go with his ultimate. So like, you know, they're not completely devoid of good decisions, but oof, the Lord getting chunked out again here by the Risen, and isn't gonna get the kill just yet, but I think 1 or 2 more items, or 1 or 2 more shots is going to, yep, it's gonna break the egg here now, as
they're so dead.
Ooh.
True Shot Barrage just happy to let's call it a secure.
Listen, you're 8-1, bro. Give me one. Give me one. I need damage.
Come on, bro.
too.
You got the last one. Can I get this one?
Yeah. So yeah, this is just Genesis just once again just doing all the things right. All the plays are kind of landing in their favor, and we're just seeing like overextension after overextension and misplay from the side of Elegy. They seem tight almost, like they don't want to make a mistake, so they end up making the mistake. You know, it just kind of seems like where they're at right now as far as these plays, and Pinepapple on the Swain might end up being the saving grace for them, but they also have to be able to get around and get like these 2 or 3 melee champions in their face for these during these plays. So I don't know how they're going to set it up. You know, we did see Swain 2 levels below being able to take out the Shen, but outside of that, like, nothing else has really gone the way of Elegy this game.
No, it's just not been working. Nothing's been working. Every play you go to, you overextend just a little too far. Every situation, you don't have enough damage, or in the terms of JK, you're still kind of suffering from the fallout of just the level 1, of just ending up in a 2v3. You don't expect invades anymore. I mean, I know I joke about it constantly. Of like, yeah, the first 30 seconds you just do nothing anymore. You can look for a ward, but like you're late to lane now. So
yeah, big
heads up play from Conduit this game to be able to pick up that a little bit of advantage, and they've spiraled it out of control into this massive lead. You're dealing with an artillery mage that's 2 items at 16 minutes here. And they're ahead on dragons. They've been on top of finishing them up. They've got the Rift Herald as well. And Derizen is 3 levels up here on the Anivia. Spiral and Despair landed. I don't even think they need that last extra bit of damage. Derizen's going to dominate picking up that kill. Tier 1's going to fall, able to find that pullback, but no extra follow-up from Como here. Now Soars, they want to find this play because they have a feeling that they could look for something, but the hook's going to go wide. A little late on the look, I guess, but I maybe emotions from Elegy at this point. They're feeling trapped in a corner, and that when you're trapped in a corner, you're gonna make plays like this. You're gonna walk into bushes blind. Cryptid first gonna fall. Bullet time stopped almost instantly. Domination happy to get that one delivered to them. Sora's able to get Como, but it's the dominoes falling actually for the side of Conduit here. Pineapple has a lot of damage, and they keep it up here. TP a little late from the Anivia as they've just been able to pick up Domination. Happy to get one more as a double kill going over towards Derizen. A shutdown picked up towards the end of this from JK. Derizen has to put the team on their back in a 1v2. They're pretty low to deal with, but I mean, if you got fancy feet, you can't quite dance your way out of that, though. Derizen, legendary to pick up that kill. It's going 4 for 4.
Yeah, but this is kind of what you need as Elegy, right? Like, so you realize Derizen wants to split push, wants to be in the side lane, wants to dare somebody to come at him. So they just pull the trigger, and even though Nautilus missed his first hook, they stay around, they follow up the play, and they do end up getting like a 4 for 3, which is like okay. And then on the backside of the play, you do get Derizen's teleport into that, and then once he shows up, somebody's gonna die. So they at least don't both commit to him for the 2v1, and they do end up just giving 1 kill away over to the Hui instead of both. Is now they're gonna be looking to start up another play, and this is what they have to do: take the numbers advantage before Derizen gets there.
Yeah, they're able to find a lot of damage here on Akoma. They're standing united. They've kept them alive. Oh my god. God, Spiraling Despair just cuts down the rest. It's a triple kill for Derizen, just continuing to just push this game forward. 15-1, more than 50% of the team's kills. We can say all the funny stats and whatnot, and it's just a well-played game from them. And it's not even a question on can you snowball this game. It's a how long at this moment. How long can Elegy hold out? Are they going to be able to buy time for the Shyvana to, maybe get some extra items, maybe become a backline threat, maybe JK can finish stacking this Rod of Ages, maybe get a second item going, it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to hope that Derizen is just nowhere near the team. If he goes back into split push mode, which I don't think he will again, because hopefully they realized from the first time that he did it that a 4 or an 8-second teleport is like way too long for you to be able to hold off. But we did see that like even when they catch them out, they don't have the burst damage on the side of Elegy to just like collect a kill and then get out, right? Like they kind of have to fight prolonged fights, and that's if Derizen's with the team, I don't see any way that they can do it. They don't have like an assassin that would be able to catch him off and just kill him. So I think at this point, it's just wave clear, keep everything in front of your towers, and just concede everything until you can get to some sort of position to where maybe you catch them out or overstepping, or people make mistakes in this game all the time. We see it from Solo to LCK, is now Needles for Two is caught up a little bit here.
You mentioned it and you just kind of willed it into existence, but this is the team you're dealing with. You're dealing with almost everyone having a conditional dash or CC to get themselves out of the play. Really, Derizen is that catchable member that you can pick off. Yeah, probably like Komo's like theoretically the easiest to catch up. That's a jungler. You're not really going to pick off a jungler on a team that has a 15-1 mid laner. You're just not going to find them. The camps are all gone. The lanes are all pushed constantly. You can't enter your own jungle if it's even yours anymore. It's so hard to deal with. So really, really well played from the side of Conduit. They're continuing to push this forward. They're continuing to grab a lot. Though, kudos to Cryptid. They're still finding quite a bit of farm. They're still getting donated some stuff. But hey, that's kind of what you need to do with the Shyvana. You have to invest in this champion. You have to give them something. But I understand why we're going Destant second. I'm not going to complain about the itemization because at this point, like, does it really matter? You can't really build an MR item. I just don't like Gluttonous Greaves as an item, personally. I feel like Shyvana uses other boots better, but I know why we go them. I accept it. It's like it's a necessary evil, like having to finish Morello in the old days when the item kind of blew. It's just a necessary thing, finish it up because why not? It's in my inventory. Whatever. 2 minutes before Dragon, you mentioned, oh yeah, let's keep the waves in front of the tower. Let's try and get the farm we can. You don't want to give the artillery mage what I presume to be either a infernal or mountain soul. Either or kind of sucks. Either you can't infernal. Okay, great.
Yeah.
You don't want to give him an infernal soul. Yes. Let's give the poke mage extra damage. This will go well.
But I also don't think that you can contest it. I think if you contest it at this point in the game, we just lose, and then you lose the game. So if you're Elegy, I think you may have to just deal with this for the rest of the time, and then either try to do a split.
A play
never
like
mind.
this onto Derisen. They're going to find the pull onto JK, who has to flash away, but Como's happy to chase someone down Encrypted, stuck on the backside, and doesn't quite have the damage to do anything. Standing on pop, Derisen trying to deliver the shed into the fight there. Spiraling Despair puts the damage onto Soars, and Lily Coco is just going to fall in the meantime, just off camera there. Agnivia popped here as Como was just 1v1 in the mid laner. Coco's still able to stay alive. They got Pine Papple as well here. Demonic Ascension up. It's not level 3 either, so not a lot of damage coming from the Swain, but what's going to live after this push? They're dealing with a full wave. It's all 5 members that are alive. It's a 17-1. It's a decap at 22 minutes here for away. They're just keeping you in this game at a discipline.
Yeah, and he is so far ahead that as soon as he got the Stand United, he just walked forward into the bullet time. He ate like 75% of that ultimate just to deliver the Shen a little bit closer and force the flash out of Lily on the backside of that play. So Derisen is just so far ahead right now. There is no fear on the side of Conduit. They're pushing forward. They're getting all the objectives. They now have the tier 3 in the top lane down. And they're going to be looking to push this even further. They're going to look at, trying to get this Baron here. They're going to look at pushing these waves. And now somebody is going to have to be in the top lane of Elegy if they want to contest anything. And if that's the case, then you don't have the numbers advantage. And there's no way to come back into here as Derisen just walking forward now is going to just two-shot. Yeah, two-shot
just get a strong
for JK. Yep. That's absolutely insane how fed he is. This is... I don't know. This is just kind of... I know game 1 was kind of boring because it was just so like regimented and everything. This one, Derisen is just so far ahead that there's just... I don't know anything that they can do here. Is now they're going to get a dragon, and Noodles for 2 might give up his life for this. Might?
Oh, well, give up as in they walked into the lane themselves and randomly just started autoing a wave inside the enemy base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give up is a very nice way to put it, and I'll happily do that as well as Coma's going to solo. Speaking of a solo, there is another solo kill there picked up. It's like going to Legendary and a Pine Papple this time as the bot tier 3 starting to fall. It's not quite enough damage to Siege. JK does have the wall, does have the stun, but that is the damage I expect when I see a 2-11 Anivia here. Derisen now showing back up. Here's what a mid laner looks like. Everything's going to whiff, but it's A-okay. As now Infernal Souls finished up. They're able to find the Death Charge in there. Going on over. Drags the set. Can't quite find the fear out of Derisen, though. Getting low. Able to pick the shutdown for Derisen. Has fallen, but so has Elegy. JK, the next target to fall. Soars. Found a good pick, but at what cost? Gomo into the base with the rest of Conduit.
Yeah, and Lily with no mana is going to have to back up. They're at least going to lose these inhibitor turrets, if not the entire thing now. Swain will be up in 3, but doesn't really have anything that they've been able to do here. So the bullet time's going to go through, almost catch somebody, but it's not going to be enough. The base is just swarming with minions now, and I think this is just going to be the end for Elegy here. Is they're going to get 1 kill on the backside, but...
I mean, if Domination wasn't scared to auto the Nexus, more people would be alive. But
he was waiting for the plus 50 at the end there.
Yeah, just waiting at the very end. The game is finished out, though. Congratulations, Conduit, on a like a crime scene. I feel like I'm looking at like a crime scene from Dexter. Honestly, is more of akin to what we just watched there in that last game. Cute dog picture in the corner there, but I mean, congratulations to them. Of course, they played super well. They looked good doing it, and sometimes taking advantage of enemy team mistakes is a skill. Sometimes being able to kind of show up and take advantage of lowlights is just the way that you're going to have to grab games. So, good on them for that, of course. Not to say LG didn't try at all. They definitely were awake in making plays. It's just like you think to those tower dives. It happened 2 games in a row. They set up for this tower dive really well, and then they just kind of almost hesitate on the dive and forget to actually shuffle aggro, deal damage depending on the dive. It's just kind of awkward.
Yeah, or give up on the play when it's over, right? Like you get the 1 kill and then you say, okay, we'll take this. Instead, you give up 2 more kills over to domination on the Ezreal. It's really unfortunate. Like you said, it's not that they didn't try. You know, they were making plays, they were doing what they were supposed to, they were trying to be in good position, but some things, you know, are still catching teams off guard. And one of those things is roaming tops for the invade, catching them out when you know that they're going to want to try to get vision in your jungle. Like really well played and almost, you know, like foreshadowed by the side of CG there. So I really like their play calling, the fact that they came like so prepared. They played into their comps. They did everything they were supposed to do. And it just, you know, it just goes to show that, you know, on any given week, if you show up with the right attitude, the right game plan, that you can have something come through. And I kind of feel like just as prepared as they were, it seemed like Elegy just weren't. From top to mid to jungle, just didn't seem to ever really get to where they wanted to be. And I don't know if that's because they weren't taking them seriously or if this was just some sort of fog, a bad week or whatever. But, you know, 2-2 on the standings now. And, you know, it is completely wide open. And this could be the conduit into, you know, better things for Genesis here. You know, this really could just put them on the path to you know, playoffs and then getting in.
Yeah, when you're looking ridiculously ahead at the schedule and you're looking at the top of Group B, because often that's kind of how you're going to go. If you're the 4th seed from Group A, you're going to probably end up facing the 1st seed from Group B. I don't want to mess with Elysium Monks. I definitely don't want to have to face that team in the playoffs. So trying to make sure that you can kind of get maybe a little bit better of a chance here from this Group A and work your way up the standings. So well done to Conduit Esports Genesis for picking up the win 2-0 confidently. Sadly, a short stream, a couple short games, you know, done and done for them. But with that being the case, we do have to let you all go for the night. Please enjoy your Fridays. I've been Halfling, joined by Fel, produced by Romeo. And if I can pull up their name and shout them out properly, we have got Rare Adam on the sticks for observing. Thank you, everybody, for spending your time with us. We'll see you next time.